I'm Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. Oh my goodness. It is Thursday, July 25th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. Well, Mama Cone and I will be delivering shoes to Julie Gaver this morning, 230 pair. I more than doubled my efforts from last year, all thanks to you guys. I'm serious. Could not have done it without you. So many generous people from the minute go, with donations, checks, shoes, and all that great stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And actually, the kids of Frederick, thank you, because they will be starting school with some new shoes, which I love. So again, all thanks to you guys. I am simply the conduit to which it is delivered. I have a 100 show survey. I know we're not at 100 yet. I think today is 80. We are at, I think it's 81. Anyway, but I have created a survey to get honest feedback about the show. I'm going to put up this. Okay, so I can take the harshness and criticism. It is all good. I mean, try not to be personal about it, but it's okay, really. I really want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you watch, where you watch, and how you like the show. And should we continue after show 100 in August? So if you type in that address to your browser, https://bit.ly/100 show survey, all lowercase. It is case sensitive. So if you type that in, feel free to give me feedback. You can submit as many times as you want. It is anonymous. But if you want to be on the show or you want me to respond, feel free to leave your email address or contact details in the last box, which asks for some general feedback. Okay? So, when I started this program out, I talked to my husband and my brother, and we were brainstorming how this should go. And I said I would give it my all. I said 100 days, and it's been more than actually 100 days, but I'm going to go 100 shows. So 100th show is August 20th, and then we're going to run some flashbacks on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week, and then hopefully we will be back on that Monday after if we decide that it is something that should continue. So I would love for it to continue. I think I'm having a great time. But obviously we have to see if it makes sense for all of us. So anyway, if you are a local business and you want to support the show, advertising sponsorship is how we are surviving, how I'm surviving. Actually, not we, I have to pay the bills. And so that is really the big question. It's not a question of whether we have enough people or enough stuff to talk about, because there's a ton of stuff here in Frederick, but it's whether it's sustainable financially. So we're almost there, actually. We are very, very close. So I will tell you, there's better chance than not of us continuing on. So have no fear. All right, on today's show, if you've been to the Home of Everything Frederick, you've probably spotted the moss-filled frames on the wall. Today I chat with Judith, who is the Moss Lady, and I sit down with good friend Dave Ziedelis from Visit Frederick to chat about tourism in our beloved county. Plus, Ariel Jordan in full. The Strama counselor has written several books and is available to sit on a panel or speak at your company. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels join me from WFMD's Morning News Express with all your local news, weather, and sports. Plus, as always, I've got giveaways and all the events for this week, plus some you're going to want to mark on your calendar in the future. All right, let's go. It is Thursday. thank you to the show's sponsor, We Help You Move, certainly making it easier to continue with this program. Whether you're moving across the street or across the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make that process easier. Moving is never easy, but they make it easier. They can even pack up all your stuff. They move it. They could even unpack it if you want. They're experts. They've been doing this a long time. Nicholas is a veteran and a great supporter of the Frederick community, including this show. He did not hesitate when we decided to start Good Morning Frederick and jumped right on board as soon as he could. So I appreciate him. And WeHelpYouMove.com is the place you can go if you're thinking about moving. So I think I've got Bob here. Chris isn't here yet, but we'll go ahead and bring Bob on and see what's going on with news, weather, and sports. Good morning.
Hi, how are you? See, I am on time and I don't even have a watch. I mean, come on. How hard is it?
Well, I'm sure there is going to be some excuse of a last minute something that needed to be taken care of, and that is A-okay.
I don't have any text messages from him. I got one from my wife that sits there and says, hey, I have another job, part-time job that I do, and she's like, can you go to the grocery store before you go to your other job? And we need, she wants to make burrito bowls. So I need to get cherry tomatoes, avocados, Fritos chips, wishbone jalapeno dressing, which have you ever had that?
No, I need to try it.
Oh, man, it is good. It is good.
I want a burrito bowl.
Okay, well, you come on over. We'll give you one. She even has like these little bowls that you put the whatever, the tortilla in there, and then she bakes it, and it kind of has like a different look to it. I don't know.
So it kind of stands up.
Yes. So, yeah, it stands up, and she bakes them.
And it's not fried, which is better for you, my friend.
Yes, much better for me. I went, and I've not gotten my blood results yet back. I haven't gotten a call from the doctor yet either, so I guess we're okay.
Well, there you go. Okay. No news is good news, right?
That's right. No news is good news. I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and do a little sports. I wasn't prepared for Chris not to be here.
Here he comes. Here he
comes.
Oh,
finally. Hey, Lord. Nothing like being on time.
Hey, man, I tell you, when you're in behind the scenes in radio, you get off air, there's a bunch of fires you got to put out, and it's like trying to run downstairs to the recording studio and not have an asthma attack.
Yeah, Dani, you were right. Lots of excuses, right? Lots of excuses.
That's what Dani had to hear when, a quick story, I first met Dani because I actually worked for her at a previous company doing promotions, and poor Dani's the excuses she had to hear when I was too lazy to help build things in promotions for remotes for the DJs. Oh, my back hurts, Dani. I can't do this.
Yeah, look, I tell you, it's I'm used to it. It is okay, you know. Queen of stalling, that's me.
I'm here anyway. How are you, Dani?
I'm excellent, thank you. I am excellent. So we found out Bob's having burrito bowls for dinner after he goes to the grocery store. What other fires are you putting out today?
Well, Bob, there's nothing more important than knowing what Bob eats for the day. That's the main discussions we have on the Morning News Express.
Very important. Very important.
I basically move from one meal to another throughout the day as well, so I understand.
Lots of food should be ready for grazing. That's how they say you're supposed to eat.
I need to be better about getting stuff in the fridge that I can it's ready and I can grab it and go because, oh gosh, it's horrible trying to figure out what to eat every day.
Yes, so me and Bob, we do leftovers.
Yeah.
We do the Frederick for Less over here at WFMD. And that's WFMD.com, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Inside joke. But they have some great restaurants in our website, WFMD.com. And when we talk about those restaurants, we spotlight those restaurants. You can literally hear our stomachs growling on the mic over the air. It's pretty bad.
Well, almost as bad as Joe Biden swallowing last night during his speech. Did you hear that? Did you watch that? It was like you kept hearing him going. You remember when Marco Rubio gave the Republican response to the State of the Union,
Yes.
and he had, and he was had a very dry mouth, and he was
Yes.
like, no, that was the thing. I kept hearing that yesterday with Joe Biden. I'm like, can you hear? I looked over the I'm like, can you hear him swallowing?
Poor guy.
Yeah. I mean, I felt sorry for Joe or whoever they put out there for him.
I mean, this isn't really funny, but I have seen on social media these extraordinarily realistic rubber masks. Have you seen these?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You could literally, impersonate anybody and you would never even know. It is crazy how realistic these things are now.
Yes. And then the other one is, and I'm sure you've seen it, it's Joe Biden's ears. So one moment they're like, they just kind of go down to his, to his head. And then the other one has like that little, that little hook to it. And they're like, it's not the same person.
I have seen that. And it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. Well, I don't know how that's done, but yes. It makes you wonder sometimes. They
found a guy in the Midwest who was giving people jobs at a temp agency. His name was Dave, and they put him into the White House to take over for a little while.
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
That's all good. It's all good anyway. All right, Chris, how about the not so terrible news?
I've been told that people think that I look like Vin Diesel. I'm just saying I can be a stunt double for Vin Diesel. So, just Bob, what do you think? Just throwing it out there, Vin Diesel?
I think they might need an eye test.
Well, I mean, if I shave the beard, maybe.
Yes.
I mean, I got the biceps like Vin Diesel. So anyway, getting to news here. What we got going on? Well, it could be back to the drawing board for legislation to amend the accessory uses on residential property in Frederick County to allow homeowners to keep 8 or fewer, chickens on their properties.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that had passed.
No, a bill was written by Mason Carter a little while ago. As a matter of fact, we're going to get him on the show to talk about this. The county council agreed to withdraw the legislation at the request of its sponsor, again, Councilman Mason Carter. In comments during the meeting, Carter said that he could no longer support this legislation after some amendments were added. Over the years, this county and this council has repeatedly displayed the appetite for making things more difficult than they need to be, he said, Mason Carter. And the amendments made to such a simple bill is proof of that. The bill proposed by Councilman Carter in April would have allowed property owners to keep no more than 8 chickens on their property. No roosters would be allowed, and the lots would have to be at least 30,000 square feet. The chickens must be confined to the backyard at all times. So obviously, Mason Carter not happy with his bill that he originally proposed. My question is, what's the matter with roosters? You shouldn't single out roosters, right?
Well, when there's a rooster and there's a hen, you know what happens. You know what I mean? So
they're also loud.
What happens?
This is the problem. This is my problem with our system. I want one-page bills. None of this additional stuff that is thrown in there in order to get the bill done. You got to do this for me, and we got to add this. That doesn't make any sense. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, Mason Carter's bill basically was, you got a backyard, it's X amount of feet, I want to put chickens in there. And then they were like, well, you need a fence, you need chicken coops, you need this, you need that. And I'm like, I think that's why he pulled it, and why he said, why do you got to make it so difficult?
Right.
Why
and
can't
it probably
just be...
had to be inspected, and you probably needed a permit or submit things to the city. I mean, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. They overcomplicate things, and they never walk anything back. Once it's in, it's never gone.
I agree. That's so smart.
She is. Look at that. Learning something new here. Okay. Drought. This has been bad. A drought which has been declared in Western Maryland, which includes Washington, Allegheny, and Garrett counties. The Maryland Department of the Environment says that based on lower than normal stream flows and groundwater levels, MDE also says that there are no mandatory water restrictions in place at this time, which is good. So you can continue to water your lawns, but residents are urged to conserve water. There's enough water to meet the demand from the residents and businesses, but officials say that they will continue to monitor the water supplies in the region. We're closely monitoring conditions across the state during these hot summer months. We've already issued a drought watch for the Eastern Shore, and now we're issuing one for Western Maryland, said Maryland Department of Environment Secretary Serena McLean in a statement. There is no need for mandatory water restrictions, but we are asking residents and businesses to take steps to reduce the amount of water they use. And I know, again, I've said this before when we had a lack of rain here in Frederick. I went yesterday to get my water from the springs that I normally get, and you can just tell that there's not as much water coming out because of the lack of rain. When we get a lot of rain, man, that water is coming out like crazy.
Yeah. I've lived in a state with water restrictions. It's no fun, for sure.
And I've lived through the drought, and I remember back in the day when the farmers out in the Midwest would ship hay, and we got 2 tractor trailer loads of hay at my dad's farm. And there was actually, I have an old article where my dad's leaning up against the fence post and says, "It'll rain." It always does.
Yes, he
Just
is
depends
correct.
on when it's going to, but it will rain eventually.
It will rain eventually.
And speaking of rain, cloudy this morning, a few showers developing during the afternoon, high of 87. Tonight, a few clouds, a stray shower, or thunderstorms is possible, low near 65. I love those 65-degree nights. And take a look at tomorrow, sunshine and clouds mixed with a high of 87.
Not too bad. Hopefully it doesn't rain for Alive at 5 tonight. But
not bad news today, Dani. Not so bad.
Not so terrible news. That's what this is called. I'm going to make you your own little bumper for that.
I only pick out the best of the best news for you, my friend.
Thank you.
Well, not so good sports news. The Brunswick Railroader Little League softball team fell 3-0 to the West Point Little League Wednesday at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament in Bristol, Connecticut. Now, that forces them into a pair of do-or-die games. That's a double elimination tournament, which they already have one loss. So now they have to win 2 out to win the title and reach to the Little League Softball World Series. So they got to survive the elimination game that's going to be against the World Series champion Massapequa International Little League out of New York. That will be played tonight and air on ESPN. So that's kind of cool. And if they should win that game, then they get another shot at West Point on a Friday winner-take-all championship. So our fingers are crossed for the Brunswick Railroad Little League softball team, 10 to 12-year-olds, and we wish them nothing but the best. Little bit older, well, the Orioles got doubled up by the lowly Miami Marlins yesterday by a score of 6-3. The Nationals hammered by the San Diego Padres 12-3 on Wednesday night. And make your plans for the 2034 Winter Olympics, going to be held in Salt Lake City, Utah.
2034?
2034.
Okay.
Last time they held it was in 2002.
Yeah. Okay.
And I sent Bob a text message this morning. That one, thank you for the Mets destroying the New York Yankees 12-3 and sweeping them in the Subway Series. It's local sports because it helps the Baltimore Orioles. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
For your Mets, I guess.
By the way, I'm sorry. I won't be here tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so it'll just be bad.
Wow, you've had a lot of days
right.
off.
He's off tomorrow. Sorry.
He plays that, but he's going to miss me. He is. He won't admit it. He'll miss me.
I will miss you. I wouldn't go away too much. You never know.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Woo! Man.
Yeah, there you go.
And you just never know. Radio is that way.
Yeah, you might if you read certain publications.
No, this is true. All right, gentlemen.
Let's just say I had the worst asthma attack I had in a long time yesterday, and I'll leave it at that.
What?
A little nervous. I was a little worried. We'll just leave it at that.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Well, everything is working out just fine. You guys will be great. So, Plus, you're with me either way. So
there you go.
Right? Yeah. What's the song say about Dani? She'll make you smile, or what's that last line in your jingle?
Brighten your day.
There you go.
That's my job.
And you have. Right.
You guys have a great Thursday. I will see Bob tomorrow. Chris, you have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Enjoy your day off, Chris.
Yes, enjoy. All right, see ya. All right, want to thank them for joining us each morning for your local news, weather, and sports. Fingers crossed for those Brunswick softball girls. I'm going to have to watch that on ESPN tonight. That's awesome. All right, quickly chat about giveaways. Oh, I would if I had that up. I didn't pull it up. Here we go. All right. Every week, we're giving away your 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs and your 3-hour adventure ticket at Tree Trekkers, plus 4 tickets to any game at the Frederick Keys. I give you little vouchers. You take them to the box office. You can choose any game, regular season. I think you have until Labor Day to use them. I have a ton of them, so I would love to give them to you and your family to go enjoy the Frederick Keys. You can text 24 hours a day, and I will text you back. And many times people go, hey, is this a scam? And I'm thinking, you texted me, and I'm just texting you back. But I understand you have to be cautious. You have to be cautious. So check your texts all week long. You never know when I just might say, hey, you're the winner. All right, quick break. Then we're going to go through all the events happening in Frederick. The Moss Lady sits down to chat about her art. Dave Ziedelis invites anyone to come to Frederick for a visit. And Ariel Jordan talks about her journey as a trauma counselor. That is all coming up right after this.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th Annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints Celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
It is time to see what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. It's Birria Thursday at Taco Bar. West Point Plaza on Route 40, between 40 and alternate 40. Birria is slow-cooked shredded beef served a variety of ways. The most common one is in their tacos with melted cheese and paired with the consomme, which is the broth made from the same juices. You dip it in, you eat it. Oh, delicious. You can get birria tacos, queso birria, pizza birria, torta birria, birria fries, and more. Remember, at Taco Bar, this special is available only on Thursdays because the meat takes a long time to cook and they want to make sure it is excellent for you. So head over to Taco Bar. You can visit them at tacobar1.com. All right, let's get to the calendar. All right, to get to the calendar, you go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live. You can see the calendar of events here. All right, let's see what we got for today. And I'm telling you, this town, tons of events. All right, I'm going to click on the agenda view here. All right, today is Thursday. They've got Historic Homes Tour happening up in Emmitsburg. Actually, it happens throughout the day. I think their next one, let's see, they have one at 10, and I think up at 12. You can go at 12 o'clock today if you're looking for something to do. Go to SeatonShrine.org. You can check out the Historic Homes Tour, where you can discover the life and legacy of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. That's really cool. I've never been up there. I would like to do that. Today is also the Key City Rotary meeting. If you ever want to attend a meeting, you could come as my guest anytime. Just email me and let me know when you want to come. We meet the second and fourth Thursdays of the month at 12 o'clock at the Arc at Market Street, right? South Market Street, right across from Maryland School for the Deaf, kind of. And, you know, right in that little laneway area between Costco and downtown. Anyway, 12 to 1:30 is our meeting time, and we have great presenters, a lot of information, a lot of fun, and probably a lot of people you already know, but I'd love to bring you as my guest one day, so let me know. CPR certification is today, 1 o'clock in Walkersville. You do need to reserve, so I would contact someone ASAP. There's a cell number there where you can reach out to let them know. I know a lot of people with kids with special needs, or perhaps you work in an industry that requires a CPR certification. It's always good to have it. That happens from 1 to 4:15 today. And if you can't attend today, I'm sure if you contact the instructor, you can find out when other classes are coming. There is also a senior information seminar today at Middletown Public Library. That's from 1:30. I know SOAR is also going to be there. I think they're doing it in conjunction with SOAR. But they have tons of senior service providers who will be on site, like home health care, transportation, downsizing, etc. So if you're caring for a senior or you want information for the future, you can head to Middletown Public Library this afternoon at 1:30. We will keep an eye on the weather for Alive at 5 today. It is over soon. A groovy pop band who is playing. They will announce by 12 noon. Check their social media. They will post whether Alive at 5 is on or canceled due to the forecast. And you can check that out. And if you're going to head down there, either way, you can stop by Country on the Creek at Shuck and Shack at 7 p.m. with Emma J. and see what is happening there. On Friday, you can, Explorations and Creativity Lab with Lauren. That's at the Give Rise Studio. You can check that out. That's at 1:30. And let's see what they're doing. Oh, they're doing various mediums. So every week, I think it changes. And you can check out all the details at Give Rise Studio. They have a calendar of events there, and you can click on it to get more information. Music in the Village is happening at Warman's Mill tomorrow, 5 to 8, right in the gazebo area with music and vendors and things like that, I think. Or they just have the music, and you can eat at like Ricci, or Plaza Mexico is over there. And that's a really, really cute center square area. It reminds me kind of like the Gilmore Girls a little bit, but if you haven't been to Warman's Mill, kind of right off Monocacy Boulevard across from the Walmart out there, is a great development that you can check out. Comedy night at Sky Stage tomorrow, 7:30. Should be a great night. $10 per person. Stand-up comedy. Love that. Who doesn't want to laugh, especially if you've had a long week? Good to let that out. All right, this weekend you can check out Goat Yoga with Goat for the Soul Farm. That is in Union Bridge. That is Saturday at 10 a.m. Oh my gosh, I love the Goat Yoga. I do love it. We've got the double-decked history tour on Saturday at 11 a.m. if you're looking for fun stuff to do this weekend. And we're going to talk with her today. Ariel Jordan's book release party is Saturday at 1 p.m. So you can check that out, and you may want to after you hear from her today. And the Midsummer Movie Night is in Brunswick. It's an outdoor movie, free tickets, and not sure what movie they're showing, but that's from 8:30 to 10 p.m. And then on Sunday, the all-you-can-pick sunflower event. We went last weekend, really, really cute farm, Valley View Farm. Just $10, all you can pick. Here's my recommendation. Take a large bag. I saw some people with some buckets, and actually the bucket makes a lot more sense. If you had a 5-gallon bucket, they have water for the flowers where you can put your flowers in the water right away to help to keep them from wilting. When I got home, we did not do that, so I put them in an ice bath for a little while in the sink just to give them a little bit of rejuvenation, but they still look amazing. For $10, I think we made 4 vases full of flowers here at the house, which is really, really cool. Also, you might want to take your own shears, but they do have some you can borrow. And yeah, it's a really, really cool little place. Also on Sunday, the flea market at AmVets Post 2, the farm, which is right near Tree Trekkers, from 9 to 3. You can either shop, or I'm sure you can still contact them to find out about a vendor space that may still be available. You can email outreach@pullingforveterans.org, or you can text vendor to 240-285-4487. That number is obviously on the date. So if you didn't write it down, then you can look it up on our calendar. Just go to promocircus.com. They had 150 spots total available. I think when I last talked to Michelle, they had people who had confirmed for about 60. So if you want to shop, there are tons of flea marketers and crafters and all kinds of different companies who will be out there as well. And then, let's see, more goat yoga on Sunday at 2, and that is at Crystal's Funny Farm. That's where I did that interview with Crystal, and she's got tons and tons of goat babies. Oh my gosh, I think they might have had 12 baby goats. So they are, I think, within the month or so, 5 or 6 weeks. So they are absolutely adorable. Goat yoga this Sunday at 2 o'clock at Crystal's Funny Farm. You can reach out to her for more details on that. And of course, the summer concert series is this Sunday, and it's Sagamore Band playing at the Band Shell at Baker Park. And you're going to want to take a blanket or get there early, get some seats, and enjoy that. That's a really great afternoon down in Baker Park. If you take the kids, they can play in the playground while you sit and enjoy the music. It's just, it's an idyllic little place on Sunday evenings in Baker Park. Also, mark your calendars, not too far away now, actually next week, July 31st. At 4:30, stop by Frederick Social for an event with the producers and actors from Boomtown. Frederick Social, are donating all month long a portion of sales to the movie, and they are still fundraising. So we love Frederick Social for doing that. On August 1st, you got the Distillery Dash coming up. You can reach out to Charm City Run to register for that. August 10th, Boomtown is looking for African-American actors, singers, and extras to appear in one of the scenes at Asbury United Methodist Church. That's August 10th from 10 to 2. August 14th, the Downtown Frederick Night Market. The last month this happened, it was so fun, ton of people, lots of great deals, and I'll be giving 20% off all Good Morning Frederick merch. Available at the store on that day, 5 to 8 p.m. August 14th. And we'll have drinks for you. Come on in and enjoy, hang out for a while. That's what I loved about last time. People just came and hung out for a while and chatted with us, which was great. Climbing for a Cause is coming August 17th, and August 24th is Blue Crabs and Blue Prints, to which I'm the MC. So make sure you get your tickets. That's going to be a really, really fun day. For all the links, go to promocircus.com. If you want your event on the calendar, just email it to me, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, let's talk about who is making our market fantastic. Market Makers is sponsored by CK Nails, your full service nail and spa salon, offering manicures and pedicures along with facials, waxing, eyelash extensions, and more. Go to cknailsfrederick.com where you can get pricing, book your appointment, and see a full list of services. cknailsfrederick.com. They are located right in Whittier off Christopher Crossing, which is very close to so many things because of Monocacy Boulevard now. All right, Judith has a serious full-time job in Washington, D.C. daily, so she has found a creative way to express herself by taking antiques and moss and natural things and combining them for something of beauty. And if you've been to the Home of Everything Frederick, you have seen her designs. Here's Judith from Moss Lady Designs.
Home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. I am here with Judith, also known as the Moss Lady, which could be derogatory, except you create these gorgeous works of art that are hanging on the walls of the Home of Everything Frederick for sale. What got you into doing art like this, utilizing moss?
Well, hi Shannon, thanks for having me on the show. And I've been interested in nature. I've been interested in collecting, finds on the forest floors and the beach since I was in my youth, and I've been in the business arena for the majority of my life, and I decided to branch off into a second career using all the ingredients that I love. And so I've created these items and just launched my business at the end of last year and hoping that others will enjoy them as well.
So you go around and find all of this stuff?
Well, many are found and found in antique shops. They're found locally. So the pieces that I've created here are all mounted on antique frames, but they can also be done on new frames or frames that my clients already own.
Yeah.
And I, basically put a mounting board on the back and then add to them whatever either makes me happy or makes my client happy. So that includes butterflies.
Clients who direct you like, hey, I'd like a piece that has this, do they say like this coloration or these items, or do they kind of leave it up to you?
It really depends on what their aesthetic is.
Yeah.
And in some cases, you can take a piece of a family jewel, your mom's ring, your grandmother's brooch, and I kind of interpret it as we found this on the forest floor.
Yeah.
And, rather than if it's going to sit in a jewelry box and not be used, put it on a living exhibit, on a wall in your home.
Yeah.
A conversation piece. Just another way so I can weave those items in. They're not even glued. So, I can use those kinds of items as well.
Right. So that if somebody does want to utilize it, it's not, it can be,
That's right.
taken off.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Yeah. So when I was working here one day, a couple came in looking at what they were super interested. They were asking me a couple of questions. One is the moss living.
So it's preserved moss.
Okay.
It's been treated. The mosses are all purchased through moss farms, and most of those are in either California or in Florida.
Okay.
So there's different kinds of moss, pillow mosses, and The pink behind us is a lichen, so it's been, treated. It's not natural color. But the others are going to maintain their texture and stay soft, and there's really nothing that needs to be done to them. They have that fun texture.
Yeah.
And, bring in the nature into your office space.
Well, especially like the bright colors, like it just, it does. It brings that nature indoors and, allows that to happen. Now, you brought in a piece today that I'll put the video up of. So this is your utilizing earrings that you have found.
That's
that different. Yeah.
This is a kind of a template, another example of what I can do. So say that you've got your mom's clip earring collection and they're just beautiful, but you're never going to wear them. So what I've done is I've mounted them like ornaments.
Yeah.
And mounted them from a manzanita branch that I ordered from a tree farm. Spray painted it. It could be done in any color template. I happen to use a very sparkly template in this case, but it can also look very organic, or if you've got a shabby chic look in your house or farmhouse, I can also kind of tailor that down and not make it quite as sparkly, but still incorporate those pieces from many years back and just be adorned in different ways.
Yeah. And then the other piece, you said you're doing something more on the spirituality side of things. So you've incorporated some angels and things into the piece that we have here at the shop.
That's right. So that's another, my take on, someone that wants something that's got a healing vibe to it. So I've got a healing stone, an old rosary, a vintage angel, and I use some antique hat netting that I found in an antique shop. And just kind of put that together so it's a little edgier.
Yeah.
Not going to be for everybody, but I'm hoping that, that will be a separate kind of subcategory of beautiful things that I can make.
Art is really right in the eye of the beholder. And there is something for everybody always. I'm sure there will be somebody who likes it as well. So we do have those items that you can purchase here. Or how else can people get in touch with you to maybe have a work created for them?
Absolutely. So I've got a website, and they can reach out to me on my email as well and set up an appointment and, just let me take a look at your space or have it, mull over some ideas and start the creation process.
So you have a serious job during the day, right, for a long time. Do you find this is an outlet for you to be able to just be as creative as you want to be?
Absolutely. Well, we're in a creative city.
Yeah.
Frederick is just a perfect place for artists to blossom. Just so much inspiration with texture, the historic aspect of it. So that's why I'm incorporating all the frames from all of these local antique shops.
Yeah.
But it does. I'm driving into DC for a day job. This just brings joy to my life and hopefully to others.
Yeah.
Just the uniqueness of it and one of a kind pieces.
They are for sure, and we love the look that they have on our walls here at the Home of Everything Frederick. What do you hope? Have you attached anything to this little side gig that you're doing, like any goals in mind or pieces that you may want to create at all?
Well, thanks for asking. I mean, I'm still so new at it. I don't know. I'm just going to see how it morphs and see, what the need is. And, my desire is to enjoy myself, the creative process, and then to present something to my clients. And have them adorned in wellness spas and home offices as gifts.
Yeah.
They'd also make lovely gifts in babies' rooms with the, butterflies, different kinds of pieces that I can incorporate into everybody's home.
Well, you mentioned Frederick is a very creative, artsy place, and it really is becoming. There's such a great culture of art here. Do you collaborate with any other artists right now, or do you just kind of take in the galleries and kind of look at where art is exhibited here in Frederick?
That's right. So I haven't collaborated at all. I do know a lot of the local artists, and my studio is close by, so I walk in quite often. But because I'm so new at doing this, this is my first. This is the exclusive place to get the pieces at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, everywhere I go, it's just the lovely experience of just talking, looking at what others are doing, whether it be the murals outside or, all these beautiful galleries that adorn our streets and antique shops. So there's inspiration everywhere.
Yeah.
And definitely more opportunity to collaborate as, people such as yourself get the word out about how amazing we are here.
Yeah, look, and I think, anytime something brings you joy, the less stress you can attach to it and just keep enjoying it, and maybe utilizing when some of this other stuff sinks in, something might inspire you to try, to do something different, which is awesome. Well, we do appreciate the time coming up here today. Again, come see Judith. The Moss Lady's artwork and is hanging at 401 North Market Street. Or I will make sure her website is up so you can look at her stuff directly and reach out to her. And you can sometimes catch her here. She comes to our social events once a month and other times as well. So please reach out. And we really do appreciate it. And I think this stuff is gorgeous. So there you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Want to thank Judith, the Moss Lady. Yeah, really cool stuff. And if you like one of those, you can actually purchase them directly off the wall if you like something that's already in the shop. Or, of course, you can contact Judith and have something custom made for you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then you're going to hear from Dave Ziedelis from Visit Frederick, and Ariel Jordan is going to talk about her journey to becoming a trauma counselor. All of that comes up right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it is right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding, and they can also take care of your windows, gutters, patios, and decks. So if you're looking outside and your home needs something, contact A&S Construction to find out what they can do, how they can help you. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. They're giving you $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Contact Sandra. Have a look for A&S Construction on social media. You can see some amazing before and after photos of some of the work that they've done recently. And you may remember when I talked to Robin at Hidden Hills Vineyard and Farm, they did the pavilion out there. So if you've ever been to Hidden Hills and seen that pavilion, that was A&S Construction. So contact Sandra today, info@ansconstruction.net for the details. And let her know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. All right, we are going to talk about another market maker right here. You can pick up one of those candle bouquets at the Home of Everything Frederick. Market Makers is sponsored by Candles by B&L. They specialize in handcrafted soy wax scented candles. They use the finest ingredients, and the beautiful candles are free from harmful chemicals. Candles by B&L is a woman, minority, and veteran-owned business. That is a trifecta, my friends. At Candles by B&L, their goal is to light up your mood one candle at a time. candlesbybnl.com. Ariel has had a journey of her own on her way to becoming a trauma counselor, but this public speaker and author isn't stopping anytime soon. Great things are coming, including her book release party on Saturday. Here she is. I often say that the best thing about having this show is meeting new people that I haven't met before. And you know, it's happened way more frequently than I probably would have even said at the very beginning of this journey. But I'm very excited to have had someone refer me to Ariel Jordan. How are you today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm wonderful. And I really appreciate you following up and reaching out, because I do believe what you do is, very, very needed by not only much of the community, but certainly corporations and larger audiences. Backing up a little bit, and I know we're going to focus on kind of one arm of what you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what and how you got to Frederick?
So I got to Frederick because Frederick is one of the more affordable places to live. When I was working at Walter Reed, so I used to drive back and forth to Walter Reed and Bethesda, and I needed a place to stay where I had space and it was affordable. So that's really what brought me to Frederick.
You poor thing. I don't know how you survived that commute, but yes, I can understand. There are quite a number of people who live up this way that commute that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a rough commute, actually, but I'm really glad I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you are. So you moved up here. Well, first of all, you're a veteran, and we thank you so much for your service, and I mean that sincerely. And so you also are a counselor, mental health counselor. So you work in the mental health field, but you really focus on right now the kind of corporate side of things, where you're helping people kind of diffuse situations or handle stressful situations coming up. Talk a little bit about what you can do to help a local company.
Yes. So outside of private practice, I equip leaders with tools and strategies that they need to enhance mental wellness and build resilience with their teams. So a couple of the things that I would focus on, or that I have focused on in the past: cultural competence, mindfulness, interpersonal relationship skills, distress tolerance, emotional regulation, and just really promoting mental health and resilience in the workplace.
We know how important it is to not ignore things that may be going on, not only in a workplace, certainly, but sometimes in a workplace. It just in the news, an employee for MVA that was threatening and doing that, that sort of behavior, which can be frightening for employees. So certainly when you have people at the top focused on making sure things are implemented to either handle those situations and diffuse them as they're happening, or preventing them from happening in the first place, I think that those tools would come in handy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm big on the prevention part.
Yes. And probably so are most coworkers, for sure. You have had quite a journey yourself to get where you are. You just told me before we went that you finished your doctorate and you're just waiting for the final kind of handover. That's quite a journey in education, for sure. And I'm assuming this was done after your service.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. You're very focused.
Yeah, a little bit during and then a little bit after. So it has been a journey.
Yes, I can imagine. What has been for you, maybe over the years of doing this, has been the biggest challenge for you?
So truly, the first thing that came to mind is losing my daughter. I lost her in 2014, and 3 months later, my dad died, and I had just received my associate's degree. So while my daughter, so she had a terminal illness, and I'm very comfortable talking about it now because I've done some healing work. But
Sure.
with that terminal illness, there were times where she would be like in a medical coma and things like that. So I would be in the back of the room with my laptop, still trucking along. And so that, I would say that's that was the biggest hurdle. And then once I got through that and I took my period off where I needed to get it back together and figure life out again, after that is when I became unstoppable, because if I can get through that, I know I can get through anything.
Well, that's how life serves things up, isn't it? Like when they say, God doesn't give you things you can't handle, and it might test you, push you to the edge, but once you do come through it, it can be freeing, right? You've been through what is the worst. And again, we're so sorry about the loss of a child. I can't even fathom, so I have no idea. And then your father, too. That's just the double whammy right there. So, yeah, we can understand where you pull your strength, and I'm sure they're both pushing you along and cheering you on to your success. So, that's understandably a huge challenge to overcome. What so far on the flip side, talking good stuff, has been the biggest, where you felt like, what I am doing is having an impact and giving back to me, right? Like I'm giving of myself to others, but I know that it's coming back. Have you had a moment like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I've had several moments like that. Becoming a trauma therapist has been so rewarding because people come to me with their deep, dark stories, and I'm able to sit with them so that they're not alone, but also help them along the journey. So even though they're in the driver's seat, they have a passenger with them. And then beyond that, expanding into speaking engagements, I can help more people than just one-on-one. I can help a whole room full of people with building skills and resilience. And so that's where I've taken it, and also writing books as well, because somebody might not go to therapy, but they might go to a workshop or they might pick up a book to read.
Yeah. Look, I think that once you realize that what you've gone through is, unfortunately, we're very self-centered people, but it's shared by millions of people. And to know that you have the skill set to help people, kind of move through that process at whatever pace is comfortable for them has got to be rewarding. It's, I know, a long process, and to know again that you're with people who have shared their darkest things with you or their most difficult times is, yes, I can certainly see where that is very helpful. And now taking it to a larger audience, again, you're right. Like there are people who can't do the one-on-one or for whatever reason, won't think of that. But the fact that you have the capability of helping them through a book that you've written or a class that you're putting on, I think is great.
I am going to do a lunch and learn for Frederick Chamber of Commerce in August and September.
Oh, nice. You are kidding. I don't know what is happening with poor Ariel's video. This is the second time. Hang on. I am finding the daggone video. I know I posted it because I have the full video. Good gracious almighty. I apologize, Ariel, because it talked about all the stuff she's doing coming up here. Oh, my Lord. I thought I pulled the right one, but apparently I did not. So I'm stalling until I find it. Ariel, I know I have it because I posted it to social. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. Where is her? Ariel. Let's go here. All right. Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm getting there. All right. Holy cannoli. I'm gonna have to go to YouTube. Hang on. I'm going to go to YouTube And I'm going to pull up her video and I'm going to get it right to where we were because Ariel. Oh, gracious. My apologies. Here she is. Let's see. Is that the full? Yes, that is the full. Hold on. We're going to get here. And I'm going to see where it was cut off, and then we're playing it. I got it pulled up. So let me figure out here. Ay, ay, ay. Gracious me almighty. Okay, let's see. I think about... Yeah. Yes, here's where we were. So hang on one sec. I'm going to pause that. All right, I am going to do this an old school way. Gracious. All right, we're going to share. We're going to go here. All right, here we go. My apologies, Ariel. I don't know what the heck is wrong.
But also help them along the journey. So even though they're in the driver's seat, they have a passenger with them. And then beyond that, expanding into speaking engagements, I can help more people than just one-on-one. I can help a whole room full of people with building skills and resilience. And so that's where I've taken it, and also writing books as well, because somebody might not go to therapy, but they might go to a workshop or they might pick up a book to read.
Yeah. Look, I think that once you realize that what you've gone through is, unfortunately, we're very self-centered people, but it's shared by millions of people. And to know that you have the skill set to help people, kind of move through that process at whatever pace is comfortable for them has got to be rewarding. It's, I know, a long process, and to know again that you're with people who have shared their darkest things with you or their most difficult times is, yes, I can certainly see where that is very helpful. And now taking it to a larger audience, again, you're right. Like, there are people who can't do the one-on-one, or for whatever reason, won't think of that. But the fact that you have the capability of helping them through a book that you've written or a class that you're putting on, I think is great. Do you have any classes scheduled coming up anytime soon?
I am going to do a lunch and learn for Frederick Chamber of Commerce in August and September.
Oh, nice. If a company reached out to you again, maybe it's a stressful environment, and so they want to make sure their employees have the tools they need to deal with that, they can reach out to you for something like that currently?
Really, if they see a need and I fit the criteria, I can come to them, or we can do a virtual. It doesn't really matter the method. It's just, structuring it, scheduling it, and making sure that I can meet their need, and based off of what their requirements are, and also how they mesh with me and the topics.
Yeah.
Seeing if I can deliver.
Understandable. If there was one thing you'd want people watching to walk away with knowing about you and your company, what would that be?
I would say that I help leaders create environments where all team members, including those from minority communities, feel supported, valued, and capable of thriving. It made me think of that because it's Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. So for me, that's really important to get it out there that, everybody feels supported and in their work environment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It is important for all employees to feel heard. And if you can help provide some tools for that, then everyone is going to thrive in a better environment. And who wouldn't want that, right? A calmer workplace and a place you can almost look forward to going every day, despite whatever commute you might have. Where can people get your book?
So my book is on Amazon, and you can type in Ariel Jordan, and I have 3 books that will come up. And that's the easiest way to get it.
Yes, perfect. Well, Amazon's good for that for sure. So you can have it in your hands probably in the next day or so if you order now.
I
Look,
love
we
that.
really appreciate your time today. Look forward to hearing a lot more about you. I have a feeling you will be taking charge of our town here very soon. And obviously, if there's ever anything that we can do, we are here for you.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, well, let me get this off here. That's crazy. Okay. What a day. I apologize to her. I will have her in person. Maybe we'll just have her call in live one day to get this right. I've tried that now twice. But her full video, uninterrupted, is on the YouTube channel, and you can check that out there. Again, my apologies to her. All right, let's talk about some people of Frederick. All right, People of Frederick is sponsored by Rita's of Frederick. 11 flavors of custard daily. Check their Facebook page when flavors are posted. Plus new braided pretzels, just $3.99. You can grab some spicy mustard or nacho cheese with it. Oh my goodness. Open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Rita's, 538 West South Street in Frederick. Dave Ziedelis spent more than 30 years in baseball. Now he's hitting home runs as executive director of Visit Frederick. Let's talk to Dave Ziedelis. First time visitor to the visitor center. I know it's awful. I grew up here, even though it wasn't here, but I am with Dave Ziedelis, the man in charge of tourism in Frederick, really.
Yep.
Well, you're
Thank
in charge
you, Dani.
of the people in charge.
You know, you're always welcome to come here to our visitor center. We appeal to not only visitors, but also residents of Frederick County as well. So we welcome everyone. We're all inclusive.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And I think it's important for Frederick residents to come, especially long-standing ones, because a lot of us don't even know how the heck Frederick was established, what the history is,
and we can tell you right here at Visit
can.
Frederick. And all, I mean, there's a number of things. We're an excellent resource, and so friends and family are probably the most frequent visitors to Frederick County. But we're also the retail outlet of the Downtown Frederick gift card, which I mentioned to you a few minutes ago. So we're a resource for all people of Frederick County, and obviously our focus is our visitors.
Yeah.
So the 2 million visitors, the $500 million of spending, visitor spending.
2 million visitors a year.
Correct.
That's amazing. That is great. And I know you guys have a big focus on getting people from other states and all of that to come in and hang out for a few days and spend money in our restaurants and enjoy what we love.
Stay as long as you like, spend all your money, come back again, but don't move to Frederick.
Don't move here. Don't move
That's
here.
what we tell them.
Yes, yes. We love that. We love that visitor, that temporary visitor. You've been in this job, you just told me it's been 3 years. It's hard to believe.
A little bit over 3 years.
It's been that
hard
long.
to believe.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge in that 3-year period?
Well, the foundation was tremendous. My predecessor, John Fiesler, obviously is legendary in Frederick. And I was very well versed with Visit Frederick prior to coming into this role. I was on the board of directors for 17 years. I was president of the board. I was an executive committee member for 15 years. So I knew quite a bit and was well involved with Visit Frederick prior to moving over. And that's what made it sort of a seamless transition to some extent. Knowing Frederick, knowing the people, the movers, the shakers, the players, that type of thing. So, but after 33 years in professional baseball, moving, basically reinventing oneself, it's been tremendous. It was a great time to do it because we were right in the throes of the pandemic.
Yes.
So our numbers, our tourism numbers were at an all-time low, basically.
Right.
They were in the toilet.
So you had some successes easily to put on the
There
board.
was only one,
Dani,
there was only one way for our numbers to go. Let's be honest, okay? We're as low could be, which everything was the pandemic. So we've skyrocketed out of that. But in a nutshell, decades of vision have led us to where we are overall in Frederick.
Yeah.
We are the place to be. It certainly goes with tourism. The reasons people visit, we're so well diversified from history and outdoor recreation to our beautiful downtowns. We have 6 different Main Street programs here in Frederick County, outdoor recreation. We have 5 national and scenic byways, more than any other county in Maryland. We have more Main Street programs than any other county in Maryland. We have more craft beverage entities.
Yes, we like that.
We like to drink here in Frederick County.
We do.
We have a lot of most things in Maryland here, right here in Frederick County. So we have so much to offer. We're so well diversified.
Yeah.
You know, in economic development, in strengthening your economy, you want to be diversified. Well, that's what our tourism is.
Yes.
We're so well diversified. So again, we're thankful. It's been the leadership over decades in Frederick County and the city of Frederick that have led us to where we are.
Yeah. And there's some fun things coming to Frederick. I talk every day. I do my What's Happening in Frederick. If you say you're bored in this town, I'm telling you, it's crazy. There are no less than 20 to 25 events a day during the week.
And they're all on your website,
I
see. They're all there every day, you
That's
see.
right.
Yeah, there's 24 here, there's
Thank
23. It's like...
But it's, we are very, very blessed that so many people did a lot of great groundwork for us. But Boomtown is coming. We've got a huge, the arts obviously are huge, but I'm excited to see what Frederick looked like when that movie comes to play in the 40s.
Well, it's interesting, and we actually are a sponsor of that endeavor, and it's one of 2 films that are in the works.
Okay.
There's another film as well done by Russ Hodges that is in the development process. Three Roads. So we have 2 films.
It's amazing.
And so, again, we're all very proud of Frederick, and we want to bugle out across the countryside.
I know.
What
Probably
Frederick
irritates
is all
some
about.
people, but that's okay. We don't mind.
We need to keep this essence, though.
We
What
do.
we are now, it's a whisper. It's this. Let's keep it.
Let's
we need to keep it that way.
Yes, it is a secret that you guys tell millions of people every day.
Well, we tell it, come, bring all your credit cards, stay as long as you'd like, and then...
Save enough money to get home.
Time to go home. Come back again next year.
Save enough
That's
to
what
get
we
home.
tell
I
them.
love it. Since taking this role, have you had a moment, and I know you were involved with this organization for a long time, you were able to grease a lot of palms to get this job, I think. You set yourself up for 15 to 17 years being on the board.
I was just in the right place at the right time when the wheel turned. That's all it was.
Kidding.
I never thought, I'll be very honest, in all my years on the board and filling, like I was, like I said, president, vice president, I was secretary. I never thought I'd be in John's role.
Yeah.
I never.
Well, everyone thought he was just never going to leave. So, I mean, poor guy. But
Well, he was here back in the 1700s when Frederick County was incorporated.
Established.
I'm just kidding.
But he really was a fixture. It was, I think, shocking for a lot of people.
The big shoes to fill, no doubt. And I'm different than John.
Yeah.
John and I are completely different in many ways. John was a historian, and obviously he was the MC of every important event in Frederick. He was the MC, and I'm just a little bit different. But I bring that difference of what did I do for many years? I ran businesses. It just happened to be minor league baseball teams.
Yeah.
I ran businesses, so I bring a little bit of a different nuance or thought process.
Yeah, I wouldn't say little. You bring a lot of difference, but it's good. It's sometimes good to get a fresh perspective because I think it breathes life into something that's already strong, but can maybe attract others.
And we have a wonderful team in place here. We're soon to grow into 7 full-time people, but we have 6 right now.
Wow.
Becky, Jake, Emily, Katie, John, and soon to add another one.
Nice.
And Sophia's our intern. And so our team is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the work they do transcends itself all.
Well, it makes your job
over
easy
Frederick.
when you got a good team.
Well, I'm just a
right?
figurehead,
Yeah.
Dani. You know that.
So in the 3 years, has there ever been a moment where you went, this was definitely the right thing for me to do. This is the right place for me to be right now.
I think every day
Yeah.
I have that process, and probably every day I have the process like, what was I thinking? Like, what am I doing? Are there things I miss? Yeah. Are there things I don't miss? Definitely.
Yeah.
But every day I think the challenge is I have as many meetings, as many phone calls, as many emails I do now than working as GM of the Keys. But with the Keys, everything was basically focused on the Keys.
Right.
Even all the community work we did funneled back.
Yeah.
Here,
Anything
If
and
I have
everything.
20 meetings a week, it's on 20 different subject matters with 20 different people and entities. So it's thrilling, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was involved in the city workshop for the Downtown Hotel and Conference Center.
Oh, yes. We were talking
And
about that
we're
this
very-
morning on my show.
We're very pleased. Like, finally, we've never had this kind of synergy involved with the
great.
project. State funding that is in place moving forward. So we're heavily involved.
Nice.
That's the missing piece. How did we get this far without that type
Yeah.
of facility in downtown Frederick?
I
It's a
know.
wonder. It's a credit, again, it's a credit to everyone here
yeah.
and all of the leadership involved over the years that Frederick has become what it's become without that.
Yeah. That's true.
Because at least for visitors, you want to stay downtown.
You do. Yeah, you do.
You want to stay
Yeah,
downtown.
you
so
wanna stay
the fact that we've become what we have without
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's pretty good. Imagine what will be with it, I guess. There you
Yes.
go. Well, look, this is Dave Ziedelis. The Visit Frederick space is right off Southeast Street, right next to the Board of Education building. And you're open, you said
361 days a year, only 4 major holidays that we are closed. Those holidays are Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and Easter.
Okay.
So we're open 9 to 5, 361.
That's
so
amazing.
we're always a resource.
So stop by, especially if you've got younger kids. Learning the history and seeing this place would be very cool for them. I know I'm going to spend some time here from here on out since I don't know nearly enough. So we appreciate your time today, and we will see you guys next time. All right, I want to thank Dave Ziedelis, and that Visit Frederick building is so fun. 361 days a year they're open. Goodness gracious. I love it. All right, coming up tomorrow, you'll meet Amanda Hadaway, Keys City Rotarian and owner of HR Answer Box. And I've also got Zach and Courtney Davis, who own and operate Groundswell MMA. He was on one of those MMA reality shows, and they are the cutest couple ever. A reminder, we got the Good Morning Frederick podcast. You can listen wherever you get your podcasts, and we're on all the socials, and we're shooting for 600 subscribers by Sunday. If you can help us out, I think we have 16 more that we need to hit 600. So tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Thanks for hanging with me through that little train wreck that happened. I apologize again to Ariel. I don't know what is wrong with me. All right. Well, it can only go up from here, right? So have a great day. Be great, Frederick. And I'm going to try to be even greater.
From down